We always hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It kickstarts our metabolism, boosts our energy levels and alertness, not to mention providing critical nourishment.
But here's the reality. 1 in 3 children are at risk of going to school each morning on an empty stomach, and our next 2 guests are on a mission to bring an end to that. Shaun, Randell, both have joined us now here on The Morning Show. It's good to see you. Good morning.
Morning.
Shaun, let's start with you. You've been here, obviously, with us on the show before, talking about this ongoing problem right across the country. For those that don't know, can you remind us a bit about the Toonies for Tummies campaign?
Yeah, for sure. And as you mentioned, Jeff, it is an issue across the country, from large cities to small communities. And there's data out now that suggests that Canadian children under the age of 5 are not getting the 5+ daily servings of fruits and vegetables that they should. And that would be part of a healthy breakfast, as would dairy and protein. Grocery Foundation's been supporting Canadian communities and Canadian children for decades now. Toonies for Tummies is our flagship campaign, supporting our vision that no child should go to school hungry.
Now, Randell, you're an author, you're an inspirational speaker, and you just happen to be named as Ontario's first poet laureate. Congrats.
Thank you.
Tell us your involvement and why you're involved with Toonies for Tummies.
So when I was younger, I was someone who grew up in a bit of a challenging community. I often went to school with my parents leaving home, and when I went to school, often hungry. So I found myself often in the principal's office, either just getting in trouble. I was never a bad kid, but I just found myself getting in trouble sometimes. And I think when I discovered the breakfast program, what it did for me was it helped me really build a sense of community, and it opened my eyes in a sense to realizing the power of serving and helping out. And the breakfast program for me helped me quite a bit. So throughout the year, later on I wasn't in the principal's office. That's something I can say, and it really did help me kickstart my day.
So, Randell, is it fair to say that Toonies for Tummies campaign is more than just providing nourishment, which is obviously vital and important, but what you were just speaking of, it's so much more?
It builds a sense of community, and it's this idea of feeling like you're not alone. You know, when you go to school hungry on an empty stomach, sometimes it's difficult because as a young kid, you don't realize that not having breakfast can attribute to your mental health, and it can attribute to the impact that you have. So when I went to this breakfast program, one of the great things was I built a lot of friendships. A lot of these connections that I had, I still have to this day. These are people who are my friends I can call on. We just were able to sit around a table, talk about what was happening, whether it was like wrestling or like Dragon Ball Z or what was happening on TV the night before. So it let us feel like we're not alone, but there's a really key mental health piece to this, and it's this idea of realizing that not only are you not alone, but you have other people that you can gather with and commune with. And just knowing breakfast and having food in your stomach really does help your mental health in a big, dramatic way. So I'm grateful for the breakfast program, and happy that I got to be the voice for the Toonies for Tummies campaign this year.
Shaun, how does it feel hearing Randell's story?
Well, it's pretty touching, and it reminds us of what we're trying to do every day. And with the Toonies for Tummies campaign, you know, stories like this, it's what makes it all worthwhile. Yeah.
Shaun, can you remind people how they can help out if they want to, if they're watching right now?
Sure. The campaign is active in 1,500 grocery stores across Western Canada, Ontario, and Atlantic Canada. Folks can help out when they're checking out at their local grocery store over the next couple of weeks. They can donate a toonie. That will go towards, 100% of that will go towards providing a local child breakfast in school. They can donate all year, so either in the next month or so or anytime during the year online at groceryfoundation.com, and any donations over $25 will get a tax receipt. So.
All right, there's important information. Thank you both for joining us, and we're going to take a short break here on The Morning Show. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it.
This portion of The Morning Show is brought to you by Toonies for Tummies. Help children in your community. Donate in store and online today.